Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here. And in today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on the 1996 disaster film, Twister. Twister comes to us from the director of Speed and stars Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, Philip Seymour Hoffman, among others. So, yeah. So Twister goes like this. During the approach of the most powerful storm in decades, university professor Dr. Joe Harding and an underfunded team of students prepared the prototype for Dorothy, a groundbreaking tornado, like the data gathering the device that conceived by her estranged husband Bill. When Harding tells Bill that Dorothy is ready for testing, and their privately funded rival, Dr. Jonas Miller, has stolen the idea and built his own, Bill rejoins the team for one last mission. And pretty much, they have to go and try and stop this tornado from destroying stuff. And, yeah. And, of course, we got ourselves, like, a tornado disaster movie called Twister. And, yeah. So I actually watched this movie on Amazon back in May, because back in May I actually got my chance to watch this movie on Amazon, and I know this movie is currently streaming on Max. It used to be on Max at first until it left, and now I only watched it on Amazon back in May, like a few months ago. And after watching Twister, I gotta say Twister was actually an awesome movie. Yeah. I actually really enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed almost everything about Twister. And yes, I decided to review. I decided to review the first Twister since this Friday we got Twisters that's coming out with an S, and Twisters that's coming out this Friday. Some of you guys out there even got to see it early for an early access screening like yesterday on Wednesday, which lucky for you guys. I'm actually gonna go see Twisters like this Friday. So yeah, stay tuned for my Twisters review. Yeah, and the new Twisters has Glenn Powell in it and Daisy Edgar Jones as well. But for today, I'm just here to talk about the first Twister from 1996. And let's see. Oh yeah, and I can easily say the performances in the first Twister. I gotta say the performances I think were spot on. I think the performances were really good between Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. Like I think their chemistry actually kind of worked pretty well as well. I think it worked pretty well here in terms of like a disaster thriller film. And Philip Seymour Hoffman was also good in the film too. Yeah, it's still sad to this day, even after 10 years, since we lost Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah, rest in peace to both Bill Paxton and Philip Seymour Hoffman. And I can easily say some scenes in this movie were pretty fun, I think, and pretty much just because one of the best things about Twister is the effects, like the visual effects, like this. I mean by that I mean like the special effects on the Twister, like the tornado and all that. The tornado effects I thought were pretty cool, and I think that's easily the reason why this movie was such a big hit at the box office, and it became like one of the highest grossing films of 1996. Because of the special effects on the tornado. Yeah, and I saw Nostalgia Critic's review on this film, and it's like and like how at the end of his Twister review, how much he hated Twister, like he called it like an awful movie. But yeah, it's like and he says like, why was this movie such a big hit? Because of the effects, nothing else. Yeah, and of course I also like the part where they're at this drive-in movie theater where they're featuring the movie The Shining. Yeah. And of course Philip Seymour Hoffman and Bill Paxton and Bill Paxton's character, like they're like, it's coming, it's headed right for us, it's already here. Of course it's already here. That's what Nostalgia Critic said in his review on it. Yeah, cause I can easily see why this movie's so popular, and it became such a big hit at the box office, and this movie and I read that this movie also got an Oscar nomination for best visual effects, but also for best sound as well. And yeah, and since I love sound designs, and since I really love sound designs, I gotta say the sound effects that were used in this film, they were actually very cool, because I think the sound design was well done. And I think it's kind of interesting how how two movie studios actually made this movie. One here in the United States and one internationally, like both Universal Pictures and Warner Brothers Pictures. And of course those two companies are also making are also making the sequel too. I've also read on research that, but before the sequel Twisters was made, it was actually supposed to be a remake. Like there was actually supposed to be a remake of Twister that Joseph Kosinski was supposed to work on. But that version but the Twister remake ended up getting scrapped, and so it was rewritten as a sequel, like a standalone sequel to Twister. Oh yeah, and before I forget, the movie Twister was also known to be like the very first Hollywood movie to be released on DVD, because this movie came out around the same time when DVDs were first invented, and Twister became the very first movie to be released on DVD. Yeah, which is very interesting. And yeah, so overall, Twister was an awesome movie, and I'm gonna give Twister 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't seen Twister in a long time, then it's definitely worth a rewatch. I actually watched it for the first time, by the way, like back in May, like I said. But like I said, if some of you guys out there haven't watched Twister in a long time, then I think this is worth a rewatch before you guys go see the sequel, Twisters. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on Twister. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.